I've been recording.
Are you filming me?
Yeah, it's for my vlog.
I don't want to be in it.
The thing is, I just set on my tripod and I opened the camera and it was like a perfect shot of you, so I was like, record.
I'm uncomfortable.
That's why I didn't say anything, so I was like, oh, she'll start acting weird if I talk. I just need her to cut through. I need some content. I hope my body feels sore tomorrow.
It will. I shouldn't have worn this.
I'm teaching Taryn how to work out. I'm giving her I'm giving her workouts to do so she can be healthier and more in shape like
totally.
me. She wants a big ass like me. Bro, I know, like, I feel like in every single video for like the past 3 years I've been wearing these same sunglasses and the this same fit on sweatshirt. Because this is like my in the morning like running errands outfit. Not outfit, just like honestly I have to wear what's comfy. When I'm like it's so weird with me, like I love to dress up. I feel like I don't show that a lot in my videos because when I'm actually having a good time, I'm not recording videos. I'm recording videos when I'm like fucking bored and like have free time. So during those times, it's like, oh, I'm in my loungewear, you know, I'm in what's comfy. And some people like don't have like their comfy outfits. Like some people like to go out into the world, they can't just wake up, throw on sunglasses and a sweatshirt and some Uggs and call it a day. For example, Taryn, my roommate, she will not leave the house until she's like ready, right? So like she takes a while, like she's not waking up at 7 a.m. and thinking like, gotta go get groceries, or 8 a.m. when they open, you know? Like she's staying in, she wakes up, makes herself a little breakfast, and then like gets ready for the whole day, like does the hair, does the makeup, like puts on a cute outfit every single day, okay, and then like goes out into the world and then like runs her errands throughout the day, like when she's in between like working and stuff, and or like on her day off, like today is her day off and she's like, I know for a fact right now she's like already ready for the day. It's 12 o'clock. This is still morning because it's a rainy day today, okay? It's a cloudy day today, so 12 o'clock is like still more. If it's cloudy, it's morning. I don't care. If it's 2 in the afternoon, but it's cloudy, it's still considered morning time to me. So yeah, Taryn just like like fully gets ready for the day and shit. And then I was going like somewhere with this. I'm trying to think of where I was going. But yeah, like could never be me. Like to get ready, this car has passed so many times and they're like the car barely works. Like I feel like the car is like broken. Like the hazards are on. It's just it's full of junk and it's barely moving. It's 2 inches off the ground too. This is awkward. My neighbor's taking out his trash. And he's staring at me. Okay. So, yeah, I was also telling Taryn how I don't like being looked at, okay? Like in public. I don't like being noticed. If I could have a superpower, it would be invisibility, because I don't want to be like stared at all, like when I'm running errands or just like out, but also it's not like I'm one of those people who doesn't like attention. Like I like attention when I want attention. For example, recording videos. If I go to a party, I'm gonna be the life of the party. I'm gonna dress to the nines and like want all the attention. Yeah, I don't like people looking at me. I only like people looking at me when I want people to look at me, but not just like all the time. And Terrence, like, that's funny because, like, when I walk around town, like, I want everyone to look at me. Like, I want everyone to notice me. And, like, even at the grocery store, she's like, I'll be, like, power walking around, like, everyone look at me. And, like, she gets off on people, like, looking at her and stuff. And I'm like, what? Like, could not be me. I'm, like, hiding. Like, the second someone, like, looks at me and is, like, looking me up and down, I'm like, oh my God, like, just get the fuck away. Like, stop staring at me. And she's like, no, it makes me feel like good about myself. I'm like, not me, couldn't be me. And then like and then I was talking to Brooke about this too. I feel like the only people I talk about are Taryn and Brooke. And Brooke was like, we were talking about how Paige DeSorbo, if you're like watching my videos, I feel like you probably know who Paige DeSorbo is, but like, and on Giggly Squad, Paige was telling a story. I was like, there must be 2 types of people in the world, because I heard Paige telling a story on Giggly Squad, and she was like, yeah, so Craig, her boyfriend, they were at the airport, and he was like, he had a ton of anxiety, so she was trying to help him out. So she goes to Craig and she goes, Craig, no one is looking at you, okay? No one cares about you. No one cares what you're doing. No one's fucking thinking about you. And he looked at her and he goes, I think that was like the meanest thing anyone's ever said to me. Because in Paige's mind, she's like me, where it's like, oh my God, that would make me feel so good if someone was like, I have to say that to myself to relax myself in public. I have to be like, Billy, no one's thinking about you. No one's looking at you. Just relax. Like, no one's thinking about you as much as like you're thinking about you. Like, all this stuff. Like, if Paige gave me that pep talk, I would be fully like full body relaxed. Like, I need to tell myself that on the daily, that no one cares about me, because I feel like I always like have attention on me. And Taryn is like a Craig, where she's like, they like they like to feel important in the world. And like, what is it with some people, like, where we just I don't want to feel important. I don't want to feel looked at. I don't want to be I don't want to feel like all eyes are on me. Like, I don't like that. And I think being that way must attract natural attention, because I gotta tell you, I actually don't even think it's that. I think some people are just born with it, because after listening to Paige on Giggly Squad, I've heard her say that she had a lot of attention on her. Like, she has like a lot of attention on her all the time, and she always was like that, even when she was little. And I was too. When I say I've always been like this, I mean attention, not usually not like good attention. I feel like even when I was little, like, I always had like all eyes on me, like from even like other moms and stuff. Like, I've always just like, no matter what I do, it's not even like the way I look, because it's not even like I was like always the hot girl that you see now, like when I was little. Like I was ugly and gross when I was little, and like and nothing really about my features. Like when you're little, everyone, all little kids like look the same, you know. It's not really like a competition on who's the prettiest. Like kids literally all look the same. They're all the same level of like ugliness and cuteness at the same time. But it's like I was just born, I don't know what the fuck it is. I just have this like energy like with me all the time. It sounds like I'm trying to be braggy, like, yeah, I just have like like people just want to, no. Like some people will understand exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, but like it's this thing where like people like single you out and not even on purpose. Like teachers used to like always single me out. Like if I'm talking, like teachers will like single me out and be like, oh my god, bad kid, you're always talking. But then someone else like always gets away with it. It's because like my energy like just attracts so much fucking attention all the time. I don't know why. Like moms would like, I feel like I was always labeled as like the bad kid for no reason. And it's just because like I had an energy about me where like all eyes were always on me. Like no matter what I did, I felt like I was always like in my childhood trying to like blend in and like not have anyone look at me. And like I don't want to stand out too much. And like I didn't even like do bad things like as a kid ever. Like even in high school, like I felt like I was labeled as like a bad kid. I felt like I was like labeled as like the mysterious like bad girl, like, ooh, don't hang out with that girl, you know, like had that kind of like stigma around me. And it's like I didn't, all through high school, swear to God, I had one best friend. Her name was Annie, and she was like a goody girl, okay? And um we didn't even like drink, like we didn't even like do drugs. Of course, like we would sneak beers from our parents like sometimes, but like I was never even like invited to parties. So my like sophomore year, I think, of high school, I got a job. Well, I was a swimmer. When I quit being a swimmer, like my parents were like, you need to get a fucking job. I literally every day would go to school and then go to work and like act like I felt like I was living life as an adult like in high school, because I only hung out with my boss. She was like in her 40s at the time, and like her friends and like customers that would come in were all like women, older women. And like I just like, yeah, went to school and went to work. Like that's all I did. But like no matter what, no matter how much I secluded myself, still like all eyes were on me, and I feel like I still carry that energy to this day. So like I like to just like when I'm in public, I just want to be like fucking like no one like I literally want to walk, like even this is drawing attention, like I'm like what I just want to be like fucking invisible. But even if I were to walk around like this, everyone would stare at me more, you know. Like I can't ever seem to figure out how to like blend in. But also, I mean, it's not really like a terrible thing. Like I just need to find a way to use it. I think now that I'm getting older, it's easier for me to deal with because I step into my own confidence and own power. The worst is when I was younger, because I had literally no confidence, like zero. And I need to like force myself to be like egotistical and like in ways, like, and force myself to be confident. That's why I'm proud of myself when I make videos and I'm like, look at me, I'm just a hot fucking bitch, like fuck you and look at me, like that kind of vibe. Because I'm like, yeah, I need to step into that more, because my confidence is naturally just so fucking low, and it's a constant battle for me to like bring myself up to like where I'm supposed to be. But yeah, like if I had natural confidence, like the thing is, I think I was born with a natural confidence, and then I got it beat out of me, and then I spent so long trying to like gain it back. So it's crazy. Yeah. Um yeah, and I would say like a year ago I got like really good at just being more unapologetic. And then even more, I feel like the more situations I'm handed in life, the more unapologetic I become. Like I feel my confidence has skyrocketed to even a whole nother level after what happened to me at um the store I used to work at. If you guys are like a follower of Billy Joe Pickles, like you know the store that I made the video about. Like, holy shit, you guys have no, like, that situation, I only talked about it the one time in the like hour-long video that I posted of why I got fired. But so go back and watch it if you don't know what I'm talking about. But like, that situation like shook me to my goddamn core. Like, I can confidently say I was like a person before that, and like after that situation happened, like I'm a new person. Like, not even, I'm actually like sad about it because I feel like like I feel like an innocence was like really, really, really fucking taken from me. Where like I just thought that people who like were your friend at like face value, like I took it at like face value. Like, I never thought of like jealousy or anything like that. And now I realize, like, oh, Billy, like, you can't just, people telling you that they love you or they're your friend, like, means nothing. Like, because like you have to like look at people's actions. You can't just like believe people for like what they're like trying to tell you, you know? Because I feel like the owner and the manager, like, they pretended like they liked me, they pretended they were my friend, but really like the whole time, like, now it's like, by the way, I'm talking about this because I saw in Just Trish, like, I was like, oh no, I don't want to give it the time of energy to like talk about it, because it's like, why would I give people who like hurt me so bad like even more power, like being in my videos or anything like that? But Trish was like, no, you gotta talk about it. You gotta talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. And I was like, you know what? You're right, Trish. You're right. And also, it's like in my nature just to keep everything quiet. Like, when people really fucking wrong me, I will like protect them and like keep it quiet, because I'm like, oh, it's not fair to like, maybe I'm not seeing the situation clearly. Like, I give people like a lot of fucking grace, because I always look at it as like, oh, like, I make mistakes too. Like, I don't know everything too. But it's like, no, Billy, like, you don't make mistakes like that. Like, you don't like go out of your way to like fucking hurt people like on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So like, maybe like my regrets in life, actually, like now that I'm older, are for all the times I did not. There's two types of people in life with this too. There's people who like act on anger and then they like regret acting, you know? And then there's people who like don't react, and like their non-reaction is the reaction. That's me. And then later you're like, why didn't I stand up for myself? Like, why didn't I? And it's like people pleasers. I was like always a people pleaser growing up. They're usually like that because you're like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But like, in all the situations in my life, even in that one, like, I regret not standing up for myself. Like, that whole situation could have been avoided if I would have just stood up for myself from day fucking one and been like, stop treating me like shit. Like, stop treating me like shit. But like, I let people treat me like shit. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. I learned my fucking lesson. But like, I'm like, I always am like, oh, people don't know better. No, Billy. They're just like, they do know better. You're just letting them walk all over you, and like you're not teaching people how to treat you. Like, start teaching people how to treat you, and this shit's not going to happen to you anymore, you know? So like, I take full accountability for that. But like, I just felt like it was two people who just like pretended to like be my fucking friend, and all they did was like mock me behind my back. And like, the weird part is, it's like that's not even like there's so many things that are so like, if I went into like every fucking thing that made me angry or hurt me, it would be like a list of like 200 things that they've done, like that they've done. So we can't even pinpoint it to one thing. But like, just like things that like, I don't know, a friend would never fucking do. But the thing is, like, I showed up to the situation as like, because I don't know how to not be this way, as like, here it is, like, here I am, because I don't have like ulterior motives. Like, I never have. Like, I've never, that's what I mean, like, an innocence was taken away from me, because like, I walked into it like I do any situation. Like, I'm not a manipulator in the way I think. I think when you're like in the flow with just the truth, then like you're more connected to spirit. And when you like only are like living by truth, because that's just how I've always been. That's why I have such an authenticity to me, because I don't have to hide who I am, because who I am on the inside has always been a good person. So I've never felt the need to like put on a mask or pretend, you know, to be like a certain way to people's faces, because it's like I've always have good intentions. I always have a good heart. So I've never needed to learn how to like hide or like mask or like manipulate. But these people that like I was dealing with, I feel like they're people who wear masks and like use manipulation to like get what they want. And like, and that's like such an great skill to have in life. But like, and I unfortunately don't have that. But I think that I can get away with like not being that because I'm very protected, I've noticed, by like, I don't know if you believe in spirit or God or whatever, but like when I've noticed that like the way I live my truth, I'm really protected like in my life. And like if the truth always comes out, because my angels always make sure that the truth comes out, you know? So I've never really had to like worry about like manipulating people, because I'm like, oh, my angels always got my back. God's always got my back, because I'm always living through God, living through the truth, living through authenticity, living through my heart, you know? And it's not to say that like they're bad people. It just like is just crazy to me, because I've really had to wake up to the fact that like, oh, Billy, like even good people, like people are gonna manipulate. Like you need to be more careful around people. You can't just like let people, you can't just think that people are living as purely as you're living. Like people don't have pure intentions. So like you have to take care of yourself. And I think that's what I learned. And it's like made me so much stronger now. But like it's also sad when you're like not, you don't look at life through like rose colored glasses anymore. And I know for a fact that that's what the owner, at least of that store, wanted for me. She had like a weird jealousy about me, like you can't just go la 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 through life and like live life great, because her life was shit. So like I felt like she was obsessed with like teaching me a lesson, and like always, and it's like when you try to play God over someone's life, the actual fucking God will come in and fucking humble you real quick. I know God is fucking humbling that bitch, because it's like no moves she made were correct in any way. Oh, good. I'm glad this is happening, because I feel like I'm getting a lot off my chest. I don't know. I don't know. It's just like the truth. Like people get like freaked out by it. I don't know. Like, because people do this with me a lot, especially now that I have videos. They perceive me, and then they think I'm a version of what they made up in their head, and they treat me accordingly. And so I've had this happen my whole life, even to where like even at my old job, like the girls at the beginning, they treated me like such fucking shit. Like, were so fucking mean to me because they thought I was like a certain type of person. I don't know. It's like my facial features, just the way I am, have no fucking idea. Like, basically, like they were always like out to like try to humble me too. My whole life, such a theme. People always out to fucking humble me. And I've always watched myself, like, because I don't fight back. I always watch. That's how I know I have God, and like my angels are protecting me, because those people like always are the ones that end up getting fucking humbled. Anytime someone tries to humble me, God comes in real quick and humbles them. It's crazy. I love it. Well, I don't love it, because it's like it's never worth it, like, because it's like always painful for me anyway. So the girls at my work, they treated me like such fucking shit for like months and months and months, like horrible. And it was like me against like four of them. And like I would just come into work every day, like basically like, put on my armor and be like, here we go again. Have to go to work with fucking bitches every day that treat me like fucking shit. Like it's such a shitty feeling, even though you don't take like them seriously, because you're like, oh, you're gross for just treating me like shit when you know nothing about me. You don't know my story. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know anything about me. So the fact that you're fucking judging me, like people who judge are immediately disgusting in my eyes. And so it's like I can't take them seriously, but it's just like it's so exhausting, you know, to like be like fucking bullied every day. And then finally they decided, I don't know, randomly, who knows what I did to make them change my mind. Story of my life again. Because I just live truthfully. They decided they wanted to be my friend. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, it's gonna make work better to just like be their friend. But then like even when I quit working, they try to like keep talking to me. And it's like, no, bitch, like, I'm not, like, I'm never gonna look at you the same. Like, when people wrong me once, like, it's like, now I know who you are, now I know how you treat people, and I'll never be behind it. Like, I'll never be like, yeah, like, we can be cool, like, at work, or like, if I see you, like, it's fine, but like, I'll never let you in my energy ever again. And being in my energy is a privilege. And I think people realize that. But we went camping, like, on a work camping trip, and like, yeah, like, I was having a great time with them, like, friends with them at the time. Forgave, not really forgave them, but on the camping trip, they're like, Billy, like, I just have to say, like, I'm really sorry for the way, like, I treated you. Like, I didn't really know you, and I thought you were this, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, I can't even tell you guys how many times in my life I get that apology. It's always people, like, just getting me so wrong. Like, I'm always met with so much judgment. They treat me with so much hatred, so much disgust, and I, like, just have to, like, power through it. And then it's like, I always get the apology. The apology's always like, I'm so sorry, like, I didn't know, like, blah, blah, blah. You're actually, like, a really cool person. Like, or just I get it in little ways where people are like, at the beginning of the party, someone hates me, my guts, right away. And then by the end of the party, they're like, you're actually, like, really cool. Like, when I first saw you, I thought you were gonna be, like, a fucking bitch, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they try to be nice, but it's like, by the way, don't ever say that to someone. It's like, it's so disheartening. It's so fucking disheartening. It's just like, it's just, it's just sad because you're like, it's just sad to feel misunderstood, you know? That's what it is. It's like, it feels lonely and sad to feel misunderstood because you're like, and defeating. It feels like defeating because you're like, is anyone ever gonna get me? And there's people who understand you and love you, but it just sucks to like have to be a person where like just because of the way you look or like that people are just like gonna judge you like so fucking harshly and treat you mean for like no reason, you know? I don't even know what it is about me. I don't know if it's my energy. I don't know if it's my jawline. I don't know if it's because like I speak my truth. That's another thing about me. It's because I don't mask. Like I'm very just like what you see is what you get. Like the second I see someone, like I'll start talking to you like this, and it like freaks people out because they're used to like people like putting on a show, like not just like being themselves right away. The only thing I can think of, no. The green, the little bits of green is fine though. I'm not talking about each letter. I'm talking about like the overall aesthetic of it.
No,
Is it fine?
I like it.
Should I add like a darker color with it
Yeah.
in some spots? Like a navy blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, some letters are not readable, but like it's not supposed to be readable. It's just for our family to know.
Yeah.
I'm not making a sign for a fucking fair.